I mainly work across APAC, Asia Pacific. So if there are cross-cultural insights regarding navigating transition and uncertainty, that would be really helpful. Have you noticed any different trends in different locations around the world in your organizations? Anything that you can share with us?
One thing I'll say to this, I can't say that I've noticed trends specifically across locations, but again, another shameless plug for Aperian. The cultural agility tool is fantastic for helping us understand global trends, global relations, cross-cultural, but also those kind of interpersonal relations. So one of the things I would suggest is if anyone is not leveraging Aperian's cultural agility tool, that does really help with navigating transition and uncertainty, but also understanding your personal work style and how you relate with others. Um, Unfortunately, when you start to introduce change into an organization, it just comes with uncertainty. They're like a package deal. So you can't have one without the other because no one knows the outcome. I mentioned earlier, failing fast. No one knows if it's going to be successful, if it's going to be something that, you're doing an addy. So when you get to the end, you have to evaluate and maybe make some adjustments, but just really making sure that you are leaning into the uncertainty and that doesn't become a roadblock, that you understand that there are going to be pockets of ambiguity. So leaning into that, using tools such as the cultural agility, again, not plugging and pairing at all, but it's so useful for that. But also when you think about transition, keeping a lens and an ear towards employees. I'm going to always, always, always go back to listening. That's how we can bring our best selves to this work. So listening, understanding where those pockets of fear are, where the uncertainty is coming from and what it could be rooted in, and then addressing that. And that's how you go through the transition, because you listen, you act, hopefully you can course correct, and then you're able to move on. Okay, I don't know if you have anything to add
Yeah,
there.
no, I agree with everything you said, certainly, but and you should keep plugging Aperian because what I've learned from the tool, and you think about those dimensions specifically with APAC, and we do have a lot of colleagues, and I work a lot with APAC, is the when you're talking about navigating the uncertainty, that can be that entire dimension. What is the relationship they have with uncertainty that you also have with uncertainty? And what's the disconnect? What's the gap there? Does somebody need more concrete information before they move on? And then when you're interacting, are they going to be more indirect and not tell you how they're viewing what you just asked? Because you also need to build the relationship. Three dimensions right there that are uniquely different from the way North America typically might first operate. Again, very all generalizations, but I would say the relationship building is so important when working across APAC because and understanding the level of directness and indirectness can be challenging because you can leave an interaction thinking, well, that went well, everyone is in agreement. And then you come back to it and find that that wasn't actually the case, but because of the cultural differences, they might not say it right in the moment. So I think learning about that was very new for me in the last year, understanding those differences, but it's really helped kind of cut through some of the noise, as they say, and spend more time getting to a place where we could move forward.